Hello and welcome to another edition of Motor Cars Enthusiasts. Remember that CX-17 concept that Jaguar was showing off? At least they were showing off some concept art of what the vehicle may look like heading into the Frankfurt Motor Show. Well, apparently Jag couldn't keep its pants on, and bam! Jaguar released these pictures of the brand new crossover, which is apparently in that gray area between Jag, that builds the automobiles, and Land Rover, that builds the SUVs underneath the Tata umbrella in India. Now, this is a pretty slick piece of kit, if you ask me. Not too bad looking vehicle, and if you have been a fan of Jaguar, wanting something with a little bit more utilitarianism, if you will, this thing might be right down your alley. Now, we got no details on this vehicle whatsoever, but the Frankfurt Motor Show is only in a couple of days, so at least from the taping of this program, so we'll know some stuff by hopefully next episode on this brand new Jaguar crossover, so we'll keep you in tuned. Speaking of Frankfurt, more stuff coming out, a production version of the XL1, the super hyper miler that Volkswagen's actually been putting together. Now, this vehicle's been shown off at the past several motor shows, and this thing's got everything that Volkswagen has learned over the years to try to cheat the air and cheat the fuel economy numbers the best they can. This vehicle's coefficient of drag is supposedly just absolutely as low as it can be, and they've done a fantastic job with this automobile. Well, we've got some leaked details on this particular vehicle, including the powertrain. The vehicle will have a 800cc two-cylinder engine that puts out an eye-watering 27 brake horsepower. Now, we'll be hooked up with a hybrid system, an electric assist, if you will, to try to help this vehicle with the torque numbers and the horsepower numbers to get it moving. Now, let's talk about some of the fuel economy numbers. 261 miles per gallon. Yes, that is pretty massive, but that is on the Euro test cycle. Now, the EPA test cycle over here is a lot different here in the States, but I guarantee the EPA numbers are going to be easily well over 200 miles per gallon, so this vehicle is going to be pretty doggone good when it comes on the fuel. But there is a problem. Let's talk about the pricing. It's kind of rumored pricing floating about. They're actually released by a German auto magazine, which supposedly let it out a little bit out of the bag, at least a little bit too soon under Volkswagen's wanting them to. The pricing on this vehicle, Euro pricing, going to come in at 111,000 euros or 145,000 US dollars. Yes, this thing is going to be monster expensive. But it's a pretty cool looking automobile, and boy, I guarantee if you buy one, you're going to be the only one probably in your town that chances are has one. But slick piece of kit. We'll see what comes of this at Frankfurt and see if these rumored stuff are real. Next up on the list, McLaren. On the 2nd of September of 2013, they celebrated their 50th anniversary, and they're going to throw together a huge party. And what's going to be in on this party is this particular vehicle in this photo that McLaren got all the folks over there and walking all together to show off the 3,000th McLaren MP4-12C to come off the assembly line. Now, this vehicle will not be coming to the United States because it is a right-hand drive. It's also a Spider version, which makes it even a little bit more popular for a lot of the people. Now, McLaren's going to supposedly have a huge party in mid-September. They would probably have done it the week before, or actually the day of the taping of this particular program. But the day of the taping of this program, they were in Monza, Italy, competing in the Italian Grand Prix. So a lot of the race team was actually hard at work. So big party, 50th anniversary. There's going to be a lot of stuff at Frankfurt too, hopefully, about the McLaren group. So congratulations on your 50th anniversary, McLaren. Next up on the list, this is the Bugatti Galibier. Now, I did look that up on a French website, and that was as close as I could get to actually pronouncing this. It actually isn't spelled that way, so don't hit me too hard for pronouncing it incorrectly. At least that's the way the French pronounce it. Now, this being all said, this vehicle was supposed to be the next successor to the Veyron, kinda, as it is a four-door sedan automobile. And it was supposed to have the W16 out of the automobile, except it was supposed to have a multi-stage supercharged kit. It was going to be putting out well over 800 brake horsepower, which is plenty enough to get this vehicle in motion. Well, apparently Bugatti has now axed the whole program and has killed it off altogether. which seems weird. They talk about this head of the Frankfurt Motor Show, and then a couple of weeks ago they talked about axing the whole Bugatti Veyron Super Veyron program, which, whether it was really on board or not, we don't really actually know. But there supposedly is another Veyron coming. But could it be the one that Bugatti's now teasing in this particular photo, which shows little to nothing, but has the exact same nose as the Veyron and the Galibier? So could it be one or the other, or could it be the 2.0 version of the Veyron? We don't know, but the Frankfurt's only in a couple of days, so hopefully we'll know something by then. I still would kind of like to see that 1600 brake horsepower rumored Super Veyron, but we'll have to wait and see if that thing actually exists. This next photo is an automobile that a lot of you may instantly recognize. A lot of you may not. If you're a video gamer, you may. This is in the Grand Theft Auto franchise. This is a Bravado Banshee. And in the past several versions of the Grand Theft Auto franchise, this is one of the vehicles of choice. Now, it loosely looks like a Dodge Viper or an SRT Viper. Now, this vehicle has been only in the realm of the video game world until recently, when Rockstar Games and West Coast Customs got together to build this, a real deal Bravado Banshee. Now, it is based on an actual GTS Viper, with the Viper drivetrain and whatnot, but every other part of this vehicle has been rubbed on to make it look just like the video game franchise automobile. This thing is a pretty sweet piece, if you ask me. They've even rubbed on the interior quite a bit, as it's got Banshee written up onto the seat headrests and the Banshee logo actually in the center of the seats. They have gone over every inch of this vehicle, and supposedly you, if you're a video game fan and you're a member of GameStop's little inside club situation, could get in on this, and you can get on the GameStop website to actually find official details on how you may be able to win this particular automobile, a one-off version of the Bravado Banshee. Pretty cool piece of kit, if you ask me. And that's all there was that I thought was worth talking about for this week's Motor Cars Enthusiast. If you want to jump on over to the Facebook page, or links down in the show notes. In fact, just a little while ago, I put up a brand new video of the movie Rush, the actual trailer for the movie Rush. But this one was actually done with Legos, which is pretty doggone hilarious. Also, if you want to subscribe to the channel, you can do so at any time and get the first dibs on the brand new shows as soon as they come out. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again real soon.